Welcome back to the Jesse Rucinski show. Hopefully, you can hear me as it didn't give me my usual recording started nonsense, which hurts my head. But happy Friday. Hopefully, everyone had a good week since the last time around. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed Wednesdays with Walter. If you didn't listen to it, hopefully, you do after this because we talked about some really important stuff and we are always on point and we were both actually very awake. We didn't have to start talking about stupid stuff to wake us up, which means we are really, really dangerous. But today I'm going to talk about, a lot of idiots. This chair keeps creaking. I'm just going to throw it across the room. So if you hear a loud bang, that's me finally running out of patience. But idiots across the board. I mean, the response from people I know about the response to Roe v. Wade and people being at Supreme Court justices' houses. Democrats' failed attempt to codify Roe v. Wade. At least they called it codifying. Apparently, a lot of people that were there, even on their side, don't think it was simply codifying it. And why would they? That damn chair. And the whole baby formula thing and everyone's response on that. Like, people have been arguing with me about that all day, which is really terrifying and dumb all at the same time. But they really, I don't think they know how to help themselves. I think they have to just say dumb stuff because they can't actually fully think it through with what people's response are. Then they have to go and just read the worst in it and try to interpret everything, but they still try to interpret the Constitution as, this is what I think they meant. Like, no, like that's how it's wrote. Like, stop interpreting, everything. And I've been getting my head torn off all morning. I really don't care. Yeah, some of the stuff people are saying is just mesmerizing. But again, I will get to all of that first. Big part of Roe v. Wade, though, is why the hell is everyone I know on the left that I physically, see post things and talk to so batty? Like, how are they all nuts? How is that physically even, humanly possible to be that crazy? And that just, gone. Because, it's all, they're taking away the rights. Like, no, that's putting it back into the states where it should have been the whole time if you actually read the Supreme Court's decision, which I'm sure most people didn't. Like, it doesn't say anything about any of that, and you actually just look like a crazy person. And they have exact, very good reasoning behind it, going off of past precedents and cases where the precedence was before Roe v. Wade and all of that. Like, there's a lot in there, and everyone's saying, well, yeah, what? Good for them. Like, as people get hassled outside of Planned Parenthood buildings. So that means the justices should know what it feels like and have people standing outside the front lawn just off the property edge. So, their family can't go about their normal life. They can't go on walks. The kids can't play in the front yard. None of that can happen because there's an angry mob standing outside screaming things out of a bullhorn, which means you can't do anything normal. Talk on the phone, sleep, anything. Outside and play. Now, it takes away all, but let's say you work at a deli and you cut the meat wrong. Or you give them bad meat and they get sick or something. Would you want the people to come to work? Your place of work to let you know, and your manager and all that? Or would you rather than just show up at your front door and right outside your property, freaking out with bullhorns and an angry mob? I'm pretty sure we know the answer to that. If you work at a restaurant, you serve someone food that gets them sick. Would you rather them come to the restaurant to deal with there, or would you rather than be outside your front door screaming things through a bullhorn with a mob of people? If any of you say you'd rather them come to your home, you're psychotic. For any of you that say that's not the same thing, you're an idiot. Those are literally the same examples, but it's something they did at work with great constitutional, reasoning behind it and precedence. You think that should be there, but they should be outside these people's houses, just like conservative ones. But you don't think that people should come to your door when you do something that other people don't like, because they should deal with it at work and all that. So it's literally the same thing, unless you're just, I don't know. I had a lot of severe concussions. I'm brain damaged. I'm not stupid or ignorant to all that. And it's really what it comes down to. And they're not threatening them. Yeah, they're still up there with bullhorns screaming stuff. So the kids can't do normal stuff. Your family can't do normal stuff. You can't do normal stuff. Alito's family, him and his family had to leave their house. Like, when people have started doing stuff like that, that's not a good sign. People telling people to, get out there and do something about it doesn't help anything. And also, it's amazing how that's not, incitement of anything, even though look at the mobs outside their houses. Sorry, you can do it outside the Supreme Court all you want. Second, you go to their houses, their neighbors can't live normal. They can't live normal. The children can't live normal. The wives can't live normal. Their kids could be very scared. You never know, which is why you shouldn't bring it there. Someone's front lawn, because that really just shows you're a psychopath and you're proving all of our arguments about everyone on that side. So I do appreciate you doing that. I mean, there's a golf clap for y'all because you're just proving all of us right. And anything we ever said, you're now doing it and proving our point. Like, how hard is it to just breathe, actually read the thing, have an understanding of it, instead of just hearing what the decision is, listening to politicians and newscasters and freaking out? Because if we show up at their front door, they'd call the cops and make sure everyone was coming. They'd freak absolutely the F out. Like during the riots in 2020 where Lori Lightfoot was completely okay with them until they reached, the edge of her neighborhood. And then suddenly it wasn't okay. And she called the cops to make them go away. Because, you can do whatever you want, burn the city down. They don't care what it's peaceful until it's all mostly peaceful protests and they're doing what they should be doing until they get to your neighborhood. Then suddenly it's a problem. It's okay if they burn down everyone else's life. And that's the problem with the left. They attempted to codify, this is a word they use around, Roe versus Wade, and it failed. They needed 60 votes. It failed 51-49. They only got 49. And it's amazing though. When the response to it, got leaked, allegedly, I still don't believe that. It's amazing how they came up with this that fast. Like how quick they could do things when, they feel it's in their interest, but we wait years and years for some things to get done because we can't figure it out. But they can get this done in 12 seconds. Kind of like, an impeachment thing for the second one. I mean, what? 2 days after January 6th, what they had articles of impeachment up, done, see you later, here you go. Like that many pages got done in 5 minutes compared to things that we have to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait for. Does not surprise me. It's just ridiculous. But good job for Joe Manchin for standing up on his thing, saying it wasn't codifying Roe v. Wade. It was turning it on its head and, Roe v. Wade on steroids. Again, read some of it. It's kind of nuts. Abortion up to the last month, right up to pregnancy. There's some people that's not even far enough for them. We've heard them say it out loud, but good on him to not let them codify it, because at least someone has, a spine. It isn't just voting down party lines. Sorry, Kristen Sinema, even though they followed you into the bathroom and all that. You should still stand your ground, and you should have kept doing what you were doing, because a lot of this stuff is absolutely crazy. And again, if you read their decision, it just puts it to the states where it should have been, and them keep throwing interracial marriage and gay marriage and everything else, like just throwing it out there. And that was in Roe v. Wade, and the justices said, like, that should have had nothing to do with it, because it has nothing to do with it. But they're all going and saying we're going to get rid of everything on the right. Like, no, we're not. Believe it or not, we're not all sycophants, and that's called a conspiracy theory. I thought we were the only ones who knew how to do stuff like that. No, we don't know how to do any of that. They know how to make them and then project them onto us, but that's, just the way the cookie crumbles. But this whole entire thing is stupid, and at least someone had the fortitude to go, no, because it actually is nuts. Haven't read it all, just like I've only read 52 pages or so, the 98 for the Roe v. Wade decision, but there's all very good legal precedent as to why they decided what they did. If you read this thing, like, it actually is Roe v. Wade on steroids, and Joe Manchin was right. Don't have to like it, but read it. The guy wasn't out of his mind. When I say out of their mind, that'll bring me to the last one, because this one's the one that people are just jumping down my throat on, and I don't understand. The baby formula thing. And everyone, is yelling, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to let them starve to death, illegals, when they're in our facilities and under our custody? It's like, but... Okay, here's my problem. One, we're not going to let them starve. We know that. Two, it's taxpayer dollars, right? Allegedly, that's what everyone keeps saying. That's being used to buy the formula to then send to these centers to give to the illegals, when the people paying the taxes can't get their hands on any of it. If you physically actually do not have a problem with that and don't understand where we're coming from and say it's just because we want all illegals to die and immigrants to die, like, you're actually stupid. Stupid as you're dumb AF. There we go. I'm not going to try to get in trouble. That's what Wednesday's for. Like, but you have to be dumb. Like, we think they should be, but if I can go to multiple stores here in the city of Jacksonville, North Carolina, lots of Marines, bigger city, ample units right here, lots of stores. Like, if I go to some like Publix and I only see one can, or Lowe's Foods and I only see one can, like, and they're running that low, why are there pallets being delivered to illegals when our people can't? Like, if they're buying it all up, so our own citizens can't give to illegals. If you do not find that to be wrong or don't have a problem with that, you're ass backwards and you're stupid. Like, they're already paying taxes, then turn around and give to them, but they're using the tax money to buy that stuff. We don't have tax money; they're just printing stuff at this point, but they're doing it, which is going to affect us just to buy pallets of it to give to them, so they're taking care of it. And the massive influx of immigrants at the southern border. Look at the numbers. Biden beat Trump's last 3 years in 15 months. The violent uptick in all that, and the millions of extra people they're feeding is probably very well leading to why we have this problem in the first place. Like, it's actually very simple math. It's very easy to put 2 and 2 together. Believe it or not, equals 4, and you don't have to be crazy to think that. Like, millions of extra new people suddenly needing this thing. The government's buying it at mass quantity to keep giving to these people while they're down there, which then lowers the supply for regular citizens that are actually paying for all this, and then inflation on top of it, which they're paying for to keep you being able to supply them at all these facilities. And once they leave, like, that is absolute horseshit. And if you don't think it is, please come down, like, onto this. We'll have a conversation on here. Message me in a calm manner, because none of them seem to know how to do it. But the correlation is there. 2 + 2 = 2 + 2, which is 4. It's not 2 + 2. Oh, math is racist, like we heard somebody say. 2 + 2 is equals 2 + 2. No matter how they try to spin it, they're the same thing, and they both equal 4. Okay, capiche? Do you comprende? Do you comprehend? Do you understand rubber band? Like, do you get it? There's millions of extra people that need it. Lessens the supply, especially when the government's buying it all. Now we don't have any. That's all because of the border policies. It's a cause and effect thing. So yeah, I have a problem with citizens that are actually paying taxes. No, they can't get any at all for their kids because the government's using money that's killing all of us with inflation and everything, which is why the price of everything goes up. They're using that to buy more to send down to the border, which again, add millions of people in there, need a lot more formula. Bada boom, look at the situation we're in now. 2 + 2 = 4. You don't think so? Sit down, talk with me, or do some deep soul searching in between your ears. Find your brain, because they really do add up completely. But I'm going to leave it at that one, just because there's so much stupid between all of it. Like the last one, like, literally, what have you gotten your head bit off about today? I don't know. Everything immediately, without any effort, without trying to. All I said was, well, if they can be fed, then our own citizens, baby, like, we should be able to, cover both of them. But when the illegals are, getting it at will from the U.S. government and our own citizens can't get it, that's a problem. Like, when we're starving over them, I don't think we should kill any of them. I don't think any of them should starve to death. None of us do, for the most part. But, not their money. Our inflation is going up on our everything. They don't have any of those problems, but yet they're getting fed, and our people can't find baby formula. I'm sorry. That's actually a serious problem that you can actually add up to figure out why the hell we got there in the first place. And again, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to go. I thank you, like, dearly, for the watch, the listen, all you people on Player FM, tune in, Good Pods, especially Good Pods. Thank you. Keep listening. Keep, share it out to more people. Get it out to more people, because my number's on there. Like, I appreciate you guys listening and getting me to the numbers you have me at for Good Pods. And I'd love to see us keep just going up and up and up on the charts. It's really cool. Yeah. Facebook page. Thank you. Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. Thank you. If you're not on following YouTube and Rumble or CloudHub, follow along just so you can have them, and it helps me out. Hit a like on each, subscribe, hit like on the video, hit a comment. After you listen to it, it takes just seconds, and it helps me out so much. And like, I see most of it, and I really like just to see where I'm at every month on there, on Good Pods especially, and all that. Yeah, the listens would help on the other side for the sponsor, but I don't care, because if I get really good numbers on Good Pods, that could help sponsor, find me real sponsors, not just Anchor. So I greatly appreciate all of you, and thank you for the time. Again, don't forget to share this out, share out Wednesdays with Walter, check out all of them. I greatly appreciate it. Have a good weekend. I'm gonna go eat. If you're in the Wilmington, North Carolina area, go to Sweet and Savory. Their shrimp and grits is the greatest thing I ever put in my mouth. Legit. Make sure you go do that. Enjoy your weekend. I'm gonna spend the day with my sister and see what else happens. I appreciate y'all. Be good to one another. Again, don't forget to please share it out. It helps out so much. Follow along on everything, like, comment, get it going. And I'll be back next week. So until then, be good to each other and peace.